Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is James Bush. I am one half of Bush Counseling Services. And again, for another night, you've just been introduced to the Random Ramble, episode number 9. Thank you for tuning in. But as you see in the subject title, if it works, it works. Something simple, easy, not hard concepts or anything like that. I try to keep it as simple as possible. None of that clinical jargon that you guys are not going to really deal too much with. Thank you for tuning in, Charity. Thank you for tuning in, Kelvin, man. Appreciate it. So tonight, my topic is if it works, it works. But before I get started, I got something I want to share with you guys. So we're doing something new over here at the Random Ramble. What we're doing is that we're going to be introducing live events, merchandise, even free consultations, 15 minutes, that you can schedule with me. The only way that you guys are going to be able to get that is that you're going to have to text to 31996 the word ramble. That is text 31996 the word ramble. Monrosa, I have not forgotten about you. I will contact you. Dang it, didn't get to you today. Got busy, but I'm going to get back with you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks. What's up? Good, Corbin. But as I was saying, that we're going to be giving away some different prizes, possibly an ebook, possibly some early excerpts of a manuscript that may come out in the coming days or so. So stay tuned for that. So now, getting back to it. If it works, it works. So yesterday what I was talking about was treatment and approaches. My general concept or my idea about treatment and approaches, what it works on, is that we all have a different way or a different movement in how we seek care, therapy, how we seek how to get better, how to get well. Okay, and everybody's approach is different. For example, some people lace a blunt. It's just, we gotta have 1, 2, 3 blunts, smoke before brushing, to get the morning started. So that's their therapy. Okay, and great. But again, smoking at some ages or some places has consequences with it, just like overeating, just like indulging in mindless television and not being productive. All of it has consequences, and it can be positive or negative for whoever. Who am I to judge? I'm just a therapist. Again, so now, we said that if it works, it works. To get started, you guys got to know something about me. I come from a substance abuse background as a counselor. So what does that mean? I see countless people try to embark on goals of sobriety or recovery in order to satisfy some type of need for themselves. Maybe so they can possibly stop using oxycodone, Roxy's, Hydros, Percocets, and you name it. I've seen a lot of that happen. Now, the next part of all of that is that these journeys, these paths, these things that they embark upon, seldom they never realize the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And you guys know what I mean by that. They never get to that part where they've actually see their goal or dream desire work. And why? Because their methods, their tools, their modalities, the things that they are using to try to make their dream, their goal, their idea happen, it's not effective. It's counterproductive. So for instance, some people, they will try to white knuckle it, as they say, willpower. They have the same friends, the same crowd, the same family or so. Everybody in the house smoking. They've got a drug test in the morning. I can beat it, I can pass it, I can do it, I'm well, I'm good, I can handle this. You've been smoking since you were 12, and now you're 25, with maybe a simple possession charge, that you gotta go to a probation officer to see them randomly so that you can get drug screened in the morning for. Again, so let's set the scene again. You're in the house, everybody's smoking, but I can handle it. I can do this, I can work this, I'm good, or something like that. Just let me be in the vicinity of it. I ain't gonna work, I ain't gonna mess with it too much. Yeah, you end up smoking. Then you go and tell the probation officer, man, I didn't do it, I ain't doing it. Yeah. Counterproductive ways to reaching that goal at the end of the day. So let me get a little bit more from the business part of that. I'm in a nonprofit world, and so we write grants. We have measures, we have outcomes, we have things and deadlines that we have to meet. Now, if we do not meet those goals or those outcomes, sometimes that money gets pulled. If you're not satisfying the things that you said that you were going to do in the grant, your funding may get pulled or so. So what's in between from you beginning and initiating and you reaching the outcome is your method, your goal, your attitude. Finding out what works. How is it working? Is my plan effective? Am I doing something? Do I have the right team around me helping my plan to get off the ground, to get started, to move in that right direction? Again, do you have the right support if you're trying to stop smoking around you, being effective doing that? Do I need a program? Again, a lot of stuff is simple, but we get in our own way when we're trying to do it. One of the biggest things I like to tell people is that if you're in substance abuse and you're relapsing, relapse is not the end of the journey, but quitting is. And so you've got to find ways to be more productive and be more effective in what you are doing. If you're doing something and it's not working, try something different. I applaud you. Maybe you didn't like the treatment program that you went to. Go to another one, Maybe you didn't like the design or so, or the vision or anything like that you tried at first. Talk to somebody else. Help fine-tune it. There's nothing wrong with that. One moment. Mr. Robert Brown comment, avoid at all costs playgrounds, playmates, and playthings, my friend. You would say that. There's a couple more people just joined in. What's good, Lamar? I see you was in town this week. Didn't catch up with you, man. God bless you. Robert, man, you would say something a little funny like that. Tommy, thank you for tuning in to the Random Ramble. All right. And Mia, thank you for tuning in as well. Again, it's just find different ways to get to where you need to go. And so what is that fuel? What does that do? It's tenacity. It's determination. Those are some of the key ingredients that you're going to use to help you get to where you need to go, along with, just common sense. Common sense can take you a long way. Misery is optional. Pain isn't. That's true, Rob. You're right about that. Common sense. A lot of this stuff is not that hard. It's not difficult. Do we all have bad days? Do we all? Again, taking it from the substance abuse standpoint, because I didn't like talking to drug addicts. But again, a lot of this stuff is not out of the ordinary. You possibly will relapse. If you've been smoking for 7 to 20 years or so like that, you're not going to stop tomorrow. Okay, that's cool. I dig that. However, but if you create the right circumstances and the right situation, you could possibly decrease it. Realistic goals. Let's not just try to take it all at one point in time. I've seen a lot of that, and it's pretty much heavy failure in that. Find productive ways to get through the pain. Exactly. Okay. What's going on, Robert, brother-in-law? Appreciate you tuning in. Cut out people, places, and things. I hear you, Tommy. But it's a slow progression of that, and you're definitely right. At times, you're going to have to cut out the things that are not helping you to get to the places that you want to be. However, what do you tell a person who does not have the financial resources or have the means or possibly is not in a place where they can support themselves to do so? Do we just tell them to go for broke? And I understand that. So it's a process in and of itself. Again, we're giving folks realistic opportunities to have better outcomes, to have a better life for themselves, to reach with it. And once they get one goal satisfied, go to the next one. It doesn't get too much easier than that. Exactly, though. So that's my topic for tonight. If it works, it works. So ultimately, if it's not working, if you're doing something and it's not productive in your life, or if you have an idea or a goal and you are not cashing in on it in the end, then it's not working, and you're fooling yourself. Some people, they've had the same vision or the same idea written on a piece of paper for the last 10 years, and they've tried it, and they're like, well, it didn't work, and it's not meant to happen or so. And whose fault is that? It's not mine. It's yours. You can always continue to fine tune it, to craft it, to write it. It's like the sculptor. They start with a block and they chip away and they keep chipping away and they find time to smooth it. Now, does it get done in the next day? No. Does it get done in the next 2 days or 2 weeks? I don't know if they're boogieing like that, possibly. But my whole point is that they've got to find different. What's good, Elder Kevin Matthews? Appreciate you tuning in. What's good, Jamie? They've got to find ways and effective tools to help them get to where they want to do in the end. And if not, Then, man, a dream is just still a dream. Robert Brown, just for today, 24-hour perspective. Don't worry about tomorrow. And that's true. And this is, again, we say that a lot in addiction and recovery. Just for today. When we're working with clients, what can you do for today to help yourself? And we take it down to the most basic level. For instance, again, let's use marijuana because there's a lot of people that like to smoke. Do you smoke with friends? Yes or no? Do you have stuff at your house? Yes or no? Do you have pills at your house? Yes or no? Who do you have to support you? It's the funniest thing is that because when you go and you be proactive and preemptive in your strike and what you want to do, your results and your outcomes are more effective in the end. However, if you just want to go and just running and gunning it and just say, man, I'm just going to do it, I just got to sit down, then how does that work for you? I mean, because the thing is, if you wanted to do it, you would have done it by now, again. And bar line, all the different patterns of addiction and all other kind of stuff. But this is about just setting yourself up for success in the end. Again, empower a person to strive for better. Appreciate that, Tommy. That sounds great. So again, I am one half of Bush Counseling Services. Thank you for tuning in this evening. For more on this topic and topics like this, visit us at bushcounselingservices.com. If you have a friend that desires to have information like this, like, share, subscribe. I've got it on a bunch of different platforms. YouTube, Twitter, Pigeon, Instagram as well too. Okay, and remember, the best gift is not the gift that you can receive, but the gift that you can not hold from one another. Take care. I just jacked that up, but y'all laugh about it in the end. Take it easy.